There's a funny thing that happens when you spend time with an old car. You start off thinking you're the one looking after it, keeping it running, coaxing it through its quirks, forgiving it for the odd rattle or drip. But eventually you realize something else is going on. The car is teaching you something too. And one of its favorite lessons is this: slow down. Classic cars don't rush. They can't. They were born in a time before instant everything, before touch screens, notifications, and the strange modern belief that faster is always better. When you drive an old machine, you feel that difference immediately. There's a certain unhurried rhythm to the way it warms up, wakes up, and decides whether it's in the mood to cooperate today. And if you try to push it, it will remind you, gently or not, that patience is part of the deal. What's surprising is how quickly that patience becomes a pleasure. Because when you're in a classic, you're not just travelling through space, you're travelling through time. You're driving something built with hands, not algorithms. You start listening more closely to the engine, noticing small changes, paying attention to the behaviour of the gearbox or the weight of the steering. Without even realising it, you drop out of the mental rush of the day and into something far more grounded. It's a bit like a moving meditation, not the sit cross-legged on a cushion type, but the sort where your attention is anchored to the sound, the feel, the moment right in front of you. You can't drive a classic car while doom scrolling or worrying about 10 different emails. It demands your presence, and that presence becomes a kind of refuge. There's also a humility to it. Classic cars have no interest in your schedule. They don't care about the meeting you're late for or the message you haven't answered. They operate on their own timeline with their own temperament. And once you accept that, life gets a bit lighter. You stop fighting the clock. You stop trying to force everything. You breathe a little more. And in that space, you rediscover something modern life quietly stole. The simple joy of driving for its own sake. A slow cruise. A long corner taken with care. The sensation of being connected to a machine that asks you to participate, not just sit there. It reminds you that moving slowly isn't the opposite of progress. Sometimes it's the only way to feel where you're actually going. So yes, old cars break and fuss and throw the occasional tantrum, but along the way they also teach us how to let go, how to pay attention, and how to enjoy the journey instead of sprinting from one destination to the next. In their own stubborn, charming way, classic cars show us a truth we tend to forget. You don't have to live fast to live well. Sometimes the best moments are found in the slow lane,